Hey guys. So, as we've done every season so far, we've always ended it in week 6 with a day in the life video. So, giving you all a look at the rest of our lives, not just us talking about different topics, but actually get to sort of see what we do on a daily basis or just special parts of our lives that we may not be able to share with you through just the topics we cover. So, I wanted to share with you this week um, a video of my wife giving a speech at our 21st annual Joker's Wild Casino Night, which is an event my parents started back when I was in high school to take much more of an active role in helping to find a cure for CF and raising money for the foundation. So, with the help of our local chapter, they started this casino night where we get friends together and family, and now it's grown bigger than what it was started at. To eat and laugh and raise money for a great cause. So I wanted to share with you the speech that she gave, which she's been doing now for about 4 years, 4 or 5 years, giving the speech, which we call the Bid for the Cure speech, right before we ask everybody to donate a certain amount of money. And it's always very impactful to me and for the rest of the room. And I wanted to share that part of my life with you tonight. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you guys again in a couple of weeks as we start things back up.
I got cystic fibrosis. See, I've got cystic fibrosis.
Welcome. On behalf of the Witt, Hodges, Ninsky, and Riedy families, welcome. Welcome and thank you. Thank you for taking the time to spread love, show compassion, and unite with us against the fight that cystic fibrosis brings. I am proud to be a CF wife. I'm proud to be married to Chad, one of the most determined, resilient, and tough people I've met. We are blessed to have 2 children, Liam, who adores baseball and Legos, and Tate, who loves building, demolition, and digging. I met Chad while studying at Wittenberg University, and in the 17-ish years I've had the pleasure of knowing him, I've known many different versions of Chad. I've known Chad as a reckless, uninhibited college boy who didn't take his health seriously enough. As a young adult trying to navigate normal life with his CF, and as a newlywed whose eyes were quickly opened when his health started to decline. I've known Chad as a responsible adult who was soon to be a father, and as a young lung transplant candidate, scared out of his mind for himself and his family. Today, I get to know, and hopefully you do too, one of the best versions of Chad. I know a man who is dedicated to himself, his treatments, and, above all, our family. This version of Chad is the Chad who took the scariest situation we've ever faced, being told about the risks a lung transplant brings, and turned it around. This Chad found the courage and decided to fight harder for his breath, to learn to meditate, commit to exercise, and to use his CF for good. He did all this because he sees the hope that's coming for CF patients. He believes, and I believe, that life with cystic fibrosis can get easier. We believe it because we've seen it happen. As you may know, to have CF, it means your genes are slightly different than those other people have. The difference, called the defective gene, impacts the way your lungs, pancreas, and digestive system work. CF patients produce a thick, sticky mucus that causes major problems. It clogs airways, which makes breathing hard, and inhibits the digestive tract from absorbing nutrients. Because of those problems, CF patients fight every moment of every day to do things that we don't even think about. They fight to breathe. They fight to walk upstairs and sometimes even across the room. They battle with time daily, and they fight with time as they age. The average patient takes 30 or more pills a day to help with digestion and infection, and spends 2 to 4 hours every day on treatments to unclog the mucus from their airways. These patients are fighters, and most of them fight their battle in a way that we wouldn't even realize they are doing it. Many of them, including Walter, Maria, Matthew, and Chad, do it smiling every single day. It sounds simple, cure CF. But to do that, doctors first needed to find the defective gene, which they did with the help of the foundation. And now, the task is to replace that gene or find a medicine to take over for its flaws. Just years ago, finding that medicine seemed so out of reach. To be honest, I wasn't sure if it would happen in our lifetime. But the last few years of CF research has brought incredible breakthroughs. Kalydeco, a drug approved in 2012, is an incredible grand slam in the drug world. It essentially provides a cure for 7% of the CF population. Though it took 17 years and over $1 billion to produce, Kalydeco gives tangible hope. It's been proven we can do this. Cystic fibrosis can be cured. Yeah, you should do it. Recently, Kalydeco was approved for children. If a child with CF starts taking Kalydeco before the age of 6, their life expectancy is nearly 80 years old. Imagine the hope that gives the youngest generation of CF families. For them, for the mom holding her newly diagnosed child, CF has the potential to soon be no big deal. Right now, there are over 46 clinical trials going on to develop other therapies and medicines for CF patients. Many of them show even more impressive results than Kalydeco and would fight the most common mutation of cystic fibrosis. This means that 90% of patients, over 63,000 people, are waiting for these drugs. Their possibility is mind-blowing. Over half of those trials began just last year. More trials means more information, more science, and more hope. You are doing this. You are funding the trials and making the cure happen. But as we've learned, the cure is taking time. Continuing to fight while waiting on the cure is not easy. It's not easy for Chad to skip the farmer's market on Saturday, to miss a neighborhood gathering, or to never get to go to bed with the rest of our family so he can do his treatment. To make time for all the things he needs to do, Chad's day begins around 4:45 in the morning and generally ends around midnight. Keeping up his fight can be exhausting for Chad, and to be honest, it's not always easy for me or the boys either. Now, in 2017, over half the CF population are adults, and just like Chad, they are waiting, getting older, and maintaining positive mental health takes just as much dedication as keeping their lung function up. But the CF Foundation is not only making life longer for patients, it's making life better. The foundation is putting resources into the mental well-being of patients. And while they continue to advocate for health benefits in Congress and be a leader in the nonprofit world, the foundation, once again, is raising the bar. They have partnered with care centers and are creating networks and mentorships for CF patients to talk with each other about real issues that only someone living, working, and breathing with CF could understand. Because of their extremely compromised immune system and the possibility of spreading infections, CF patients are advised to not be in the same room together. Forming relationships is hard with that stipulation. In an effort to overcome this extreme obstacle, last year, the foundation partnered with 10 CF adults and created the first conference, BreatheCon, where CF adults could connect virtually. Here is a short clip to show you what BreatheCon was all about. I'm not sure I can express to you what the impact BreatheCon had on Chad. For the first time, he wasn't the sick guy or the guy with CF. He was a member of a community that he had never been able to connect with. I do my best to understand Chad's needs, but I don't live it. Honest and open relationships with other CF patients has resulted in a more positive and more honest Chad. Because the foundation is putting their resources into patients' well-being, Chad's life and my life and the boys' lives are better. CF is hard. The median life expectancy for a cystic fibrosis patient is 40 years old. That feels soon. For more than half of the patients living with cystic fibrosis, 40 is soon. It's simply not enough. Liam and Tate wait every night, footy pajamas on, for Chad to come home and tuck them in with a story. When they wake up, running to the basement to snuggle with Dad for treatment time is the only thing they want to do. For our boys, CF is normal. Treatments, nebulizer cups, and packages of medicine on the doorstep is normal. It's our normal now, but it doesn't have to be forever. The goal is a cure for all CF patients. We are close. By being here tonight, you are part of the goal. Kalydeco has already proven it possible for some, but we cannot stop until every mutation and every age gets their cure. Look at the screen. Look into the eyes of the people you are helping. And now, look around. Look at each other and feel proud, knowing that you make a difference. You are giving the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation the ability to give the hope we need. You are not only making life longer, you are making lives better. Treatment times are getting easier. Medication is improving. Age is increasing, and there is more hope that any of us could have been bold enough to dream for in the last few years. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for caring, for loving, and for continuing to give us the hope and support that every family deserves.
I got cystic fibrosis. See, I've got cystic fibrosis.